This is a message that I wrote to God on the 3rd of March 2024, last year. And I'm sure you won't be able to see the content of the message. But the content of the message was me pouring my heart to God, telling God how much I would love to love people, but it's hard to love people. It's hard, to be there for people, especially when in His words, He commanded us to love people, to live in peace with people, brotherly kindness and everything is one of the top commandments of God. But each time I try, it's like I'm pouring water on a brick. Hi guys, my name is MJ, and here is why I avoid people. First of all, I want to start from my family, because at the end of the day, charity begins at home, right? I'm from a family of 10. We are 8 kids with my mother and dad, 10. And growing up in the family of 10, we're not the perfect family. Like, we have our own issues, siblings rivalry, and parents and children rivalry, but we always come together as one big family. Then one day, I was someone that is always passionate. I was not just worse, but I am still a person that is so passionate amongst, let me say, almost all my siblings. And because of my passion and the fact that I want to make it so much, like I am so hungry for success, I decided to wake up one day and said, you know what, I'm leaving. And I left. I traveled states, and I went to a very far state where, like, totally different from where I was born and brought up. So I started working for myself. I started fending, I started hustling, and at the beginning it was so tough. But at some point, everything started getting a little bit better till this point that I'm in right now. And when it started getting a little bit better, I started sending money home, like taking care of my siblings, taking care of my parents. And I love doing this, don't get me wrong, okay? But at some point, it gets to a point that the entitlement mentality of some of my siblings, trust me, it gets me all the time. Like, there are some times that they will call and ask you for something, and if you don't send it to them, it's like you are meant, like I'm meant to do it because you are my sibling. It gets me so riled up that sometimes I even cry. I like scream at them, to tell them that, you know what, I did not come here to hustle my way through, to always be sending you something when you always ask. And sometimes I feel like most of them call me when they need something. They don't call me, sometimes they don't call to say, okay, hi, I just called to greet and all of that, right? They don't do that all the time, but most of the time they do it. And don't quote me wrong, some of my siblings are also hustlers. Like, one of my younger brothers, he's a hustler, big time hustler, and he doesn't do all of this, but some, they do it. All right, now that's my family part, and that's why sometimes when they even call, I don't pick their calls. I hardly pick. I don't return messages, and I just thank God that sometimes, like, I'm very far away from them, that I hardly see them. Sometimes, not always, sometimes I miss them. All right, now, away from my family, when it comes to people I call friends, people I call, okay, these people are people that I've grown to know, right? It's tough being there for them. Like, there is this particular girl who went to school together and almost graduated together, and this girl, I noticed that she would claim like she's there for me, like she's a friend, but my guts always tell me she is not. And I've seen it happen a lot of times. Like, for example, she doesn't follow me on Facebook, she doesn't follow me on TikTok, but I always see her like trying to track me. Anytime I post story on my Facebook or my TikTok, she view it. And this is someone that doesn't follow me. How do you view my story every time that I post? Are you tracking me? It's really hard to tell. And this, I'm telling you, is something that I want to confront the situation, but something is telling me, you know what, just forget about it, don't confront the situation. And there is this woman in particular, which I grew up with her daughter. Like, her daughter was my best friend growing up. And it's just of recent, my mom was telling me how this woman called me a derogatory name. And I'm like, was this not this same woman when I went to my dad's send-off party? This woman, first of all, she couldn't even look me into the eye. Maybe, probably because of she remembered the name she called me, right? She couldn't look me into the eye. And second of all, she was all laughing, happy with me because I had to even go and visit them in their house. All this, I didn't even know that she called me names, right? And this woman saw me and she was happy to see me, greeting me and all of that. Till when I heard that she called me names. And I'm like, what is wrong with people? This is a woman that I see as my mother. Why would she do this? You know? And I feel like it gets worse every day. Every day. People have lost humanity. Like this humanity that everyone is talking about, I don't think we have it anymore. Like, speaking of envy, jealousy, I get that every day. And that is why when I see people who celebrate friendship with their friends, like girls, especially with girls, like they have friendship that lasted 10 years, 15 years, I'm so jealous of them. Because I'm like, how do they do it? This is something I've never experienced in my life before. Because anytime I leave people to come close to me, the only thing I get, the energy I get from them is envy and jealousy. And I don't know why. Now let's come to this age of social media and phones and everything, right? I used to tell my husband that I envy him. I envy him because his own generation, they weren't born with phones and all of these things. Like they lived their life, they laughed, they joked. But my generation, although we grew into it, I wasn't born into that era, but we grew into it. Like it's just making us drift apart more and more. For example, when I post something on my social media page, right, I assume people that know me will like and comment. But guess what? You hardly see one like from people that know you. It's people that are strangers that comment and like. And before, normally, whenever I see any person that I know on my feed post, I used to like, I used to cheer them up, I used to comment, but I later stopped because I'm like, why am I the only one doing it? Like, it's this one way thing. Why am I the only one doing it? Why are people who you know don't support you, don't want to be there for you? It's total strangers. Then I had to like decide and say, you know what? I'm done. I'm just done. Like I'm done. You know, there are a lot of things to say when it comes to people, right? That is why I totally decided to just avoid people. Totally. At some point I told God, I love you and I love to keep your commandments, but I prefer to love people from afar. Like, I think when they come close to me, it's like icky, like something is biting me on my skin. And that is why I, like, for example, when I love to do things for people, right? I love to even go out of my way to do things for people. But when they start to come close, it's getting me scared because I feel like when they get close to me, I will get hurt. Honestly. And that is why I just love people from afar. And when they're getting close, I put that boundaries. I put that wall that I've created so that they don't cross that wall to me. Okay? Some people say that I live a very boring life because I don't hang out with people. I don't let them in. Literally, my husband is my best friend. And if there is anything I want to talk about, it's with my husband. If I want to gist, it's with my husband. If I want to hang out, it's with my husband. And they say that is boring. But guess what I tell them? That if having peace, living in peace, means boring, so be it. I love my peaceful, boring life. I'm not caught up for all this drama and all this unnecessary hate and jealousy that people like to bring into people's life. I just love my peace, and that's it. So I hang out with my husband, and once in a while talk with my siblings, my brothers and my sisters, my parents. That 100% is enough for me, at least for now. All I got to say before I end this video is that we shouldn't be like this. Like, humanity is lost, whether we like it or not, whether we want to say it or not. Humanity is lost. I think we should start doing things that will bring back humanity. At the end of the day, it starts from me and you. You know, we cannot leave it to other people, right? We can't leave it to other people and say, okay, other people have to do it. No, it's me and you. Then we extend it, and another person we extend it, and that's how it goes round. All right, so I'm gonna stop here in this video today, and I hope you see the reason why I avoid people. And yeah, I just pray God will help us, basically. Thank you so much. Tell me what you think about this video. Tell me if you as well avoid people or not. And yeah, like this video please, and I'll see you in my next video.